Greetings to you. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. It's my lesson that I do for myself. I record it and I release it because maybe somebody else out there can get something out of it. I'm down in my basement today. It's one of those kind of days. And I don't turn on, I use a lot of lights. I use a little bit of light when I need it, but you can see me good enough. But at any rate, it's a basement kind of day. So I just felt like I wanted to change the scenery a little bit. But anyway, it's this, my daily theology lesson is something I do for myself because I want to become a better principled person, I focus out of three major religious texts, the Bible, the Quran, and I'm in an introductory paperback called, Buddhist text called The Shape of Suffering, and it deals with dependent co-arising. So I usually try to rotate each text at least twice a week. Sometimes, I might miss a day here or there. But basically, I try to hit each text at least twice a week. And so I rotate. So my rotation is back in the Buddhist text, The Shape of Suffering. And it's dealing with dependent co-arising. Without no this, there's no that. And every word means something, So that's just a brief summary. But anyway, and with this Buddhist text, I don't read very much of it. I just read a little bit at a time because there's so much information in one paragraph, So some of these texts, it might take me some years to get through them because I'm going to read it word for word, chapter by chapter, But at any rate, when the crucial parameter values shift back and forth over a threshold or tipping point, the system can shift back and forth between the corresponding basins of attraction. When settled in some sets of parameter values, these systems are stable. In other words, their internal feedback loops tend to reinforce the stability of the system, but when settled in others, those same feedback loops can drive the system towards collapse. A classic example where the interactions among the structural elements of a bridge. In most situations, the elements are mutually stabilizing, but when the bridge is subject to rhythmic pressures, as from wind, an earthquake, or a matching column of soldiers, those same structural interactions can amplify those disturbances. If the frequency of the disturbances reaches a reasonable point, determined by the frequencies at which the point bridge vibrates, the equations expressing the bridge's response to the disturbance will contain a factor divided by 0. This, of course, produces an undefined result, which breaks the feedback loops described by those equations. If the rhythmic pressure is persistent enough to bring a crucial number of individual feedback loops into the resonance, their cascading effect can cause the whole bridge to collapse. I'm going to leave it right there, and I'll pick it back up at the rotation. Okay? Anyway, choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve, Choose God this day. Never give up on yourself. Never, Find your peace. Find your love. Find your joy. Find it, If all you have is yourself, you can rebuild. Never give up on yourself. Love yourself. Remember to smile this day anyway. And reach out to one person at a time. One person at a time. One person at a time. Okay?